Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. This is Winston over here. I was just playing from a artist that I follow, Alpha 23, so make sure you follow him. I promised that I would share what's on my iPad. I shared a video recently what's on my iPhone. Keep in mind that what I'm running today is the iOS 15 beta, so please keep that in mind. I have yet to use all of the functionality of the iOS 15 beta, and that includes things like put them in folders, etc. But I really want to share with you what I do or what I have in front of my screen from a productivity standpoint. Keep in mind, just like in the video for the iPhone, that I try to keep it down to one screen and then with folders. I will also do a video once I start to do all of the functionality of iOS 15, which has things like focus time and that kind of thing. So let us jump within it or jump in it real quick. So this is my list of what I've got in front of me, and this is what I actually use as far as my front page here. So you'll probably notice some of these things from what you've seen on my iPhone video. So you'll see that I've got some of these apps that you're probably pretty familiar with. So you think, but there are some ones that are not on here. So you see the one at the top that says Atlanta. That is the Atlanta Business Chronicle. I subscribe to that newspaper. I don't get any newspapers physically anymore. I get newspapers online, and I don't know when that happened, but I remember I was getting the Wall Street Journal physically, and I was like, man, this is a whole heck of a lot to recycle. So I decided to do that instead. You'll also see some ones on here that are pretty interesting. Amazon, I have to admit it, I do a lot of Amazon shopping. And Infinity Photo, that has been my go-to photo editing resource that I use all of the time. App Store, I admit that I get a lot of apps. The Bible, you saw that on my iPhone video. Canva, which I've just gotten used to. I've just become a new user of Canva. I still got a lot to learn on it, but it's been very convenient in regards to making sure that I'm doing things and putting a post that makes sense. So it's been really effective for me from that perspective. And so next we've got clock, camera. And you said, Winston, why do you got a clock up there? But for me, clock is pretty important that I have up there. Camera, Dropbox, like I shared in my video, specifically around the iPad, around the iPhone, is that it's really important that I have a place to put all my files. Sometimes I'm traveling, sometimes I'm in different places, and I don't want to carry around massive hard drives. And so Dropbox is not perfect, but it's what I use. I just recently installed Facebook. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. And then we've got the fitness app. You saw the fitness app on my iPhone video, so that's pretty important to me. And then we've got Google Calendar. You saw it on my iPhone video as well, so that's a pretty important one. And home, that's because I have HomePods in the house, and that's helpful for that. LumaFusion is the video editor on the iPad. I have to admit, I don't use that as well as I could. There's a lot to learn on LumaFusion. It's fantastic. I've had it since about 2018, but I don't use it as much as I probably could. LinkedIn, that's self-explanatory. Notes, I put that notes on there because of the iOS 15 beta, where they've got the quick notes feature. And the quick notes feature, you can just kind of scroll up and create your own little note there. That has been amazing. I truly love that. That is awesome. And then Overdrive, this is what I use to get books from the library. And so I don't pay for books from the library. I just get them. I just check in there, and then I check, you see what I've got. These are the ones that I've got currently out, and that I've got currently in my list. It's been pretty awesome to have those. Scannable, you saw that on my iPhone video. I do scan. I do use the picture app inside of here, where you can, the camera app, where you can actually take pictures of documents and so forth. Scannable is the greatest because it goes back into It goes into Evernote. And so one thing I'll tell you that's different from this than what you saw on my iPhone video is that the iPad has a much larger row at the bottom. And so you see Todoist, which was in my previous one. You see you got Todoist there, Evernote, which always has to be there, messaging app. The cool thing I like about messaging with Apple devices is that they connect. And so I get a message on my phone, it'll be here. Safari, I don't use the other browsers. I said that before. Yeah, I do use Apple Music. I love it. I can't tell a difference with this new spatial audio. I don't know if spatial audio is really a thing. I don't know if it's, all I know is it sounds pretty good and it keeps most of the artists that I have. Spotify, I just had to make a decision like, do I want to have two things or one thing? And the cool thing about the Apple Music is that I can have my family members on it. I've got family members that are not in my same household that I can have on the plan. And I thought that that was pretty cool. The other ones you'll see there, I keep the stock Apple, the stock Apple Mail app. I don't use Spark Mail and those other ones that people talk about a lot. File folders, that's horrible. It's not great. And to the right, you see this is the ones I've used most recently. I will share with you some so physically look in that I think are pretty cool to see. So this is my Evernote view screen, which I think is great. I won't give you a lot of time to see what, but they've got this new home screen that I think is really, really wonderful. Please click in the link if you're interested in Evernote, and you click my link. You know that benefits me, so that's amazing. Atlanta Journal Constitution, I shared with you how that looks. Todoist, I will do a video on Todoist, but there are other guys like Carl, Pauline, and others I've mentioned that just really do an amazing job with Todoist to look at. So that is my main screen. The cool thing I like about iOS 15 is that you can have these widgets, and so these widgets are pretty wonderful. Where you can have now your own row widgets, and then I've got my own little folders over here. I do know that the app launcher is over here now inside of iOS 15. And I think that that's pretty cool. And so I think I might be getting rid of all of these folders. So I have a whole heck of a lot less apps on this iPad than I did on the other one. And so, and you see in these things, I've got a verse of the day and I've got my Todoist widget and a clock in here. So that is what I've got on my iPad for this summer of 2021. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You will see a video on some of these. I'll have a video on Evernote and Dropbox. And what I use to, if you notice, all of these ones here are not just about productivity. Some of these, like Affinity Photo and others, I use for creativity. And so I create photo or edit photos, and I make photos, and I do video editing, all of those things. So I use the iPad as probably my number one device every day. So I'd like to say my phone, but my phone's not number one. It's if the phone rings, it becomes number one. But I picked this up because I've got this Apple Pencil, and then I write my notes, and I do all the other things. My iPad is great, and the iPad you just saw is a 12.9 M1 iPad Pro. So that's this video for today. Hope you guys are doing well. Please check out my other videos. Please do all the cool things. Subscribe. I'm starting off this channel. I'm loving every minute of it. It's really helping me to share what I do with you. So I really look forward to being part of your lives. And please let me know what questions you might have. Like, ask me a question. Winston, how do you use this? And tell me what apps you use. So with that being said, this is Winston. Have a fantastic day. You are a masterpiece. Keep painting the masterpiece in the mirror with every little brushstroke. I really appreciate you, and I appreciate you spending the time to listen to this.